Hello and a very good morning. We are from Group 54 for cell 2101, and today we are going to do the task of SAL10. My name is Nur'Aiman Binti Azrein. My matrix number is 190365.
And my name is Nur'Aiman bin Taslim Galli. My metric number is 190325.
My name is Danial Hakimi bin Abdullah. My matrix number is 188977.
So for today we have given the task of SAL10, which is we have to interpret the 10 given words that has been given to us. And shall we start now?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So for the first word is falling. Each one of us should describe it from the purpose of psychological, culture, and your own experience with interpretation. So
For me, falling is we are at high place, suddenly we fall. So
Okay.
it starts showing we are losing our control, or we are start to fail in something because we are already in a high place, but out of sudden fall and we have to start it over. That is based on my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, but for me, falling doesn't really have to do with losing control, because sometimes when you're falling or losing control, then maybe a silver lining behind that. So if you fall, you can climb back stronger. That's
correct,
from me.
correct. So for falling, from the interpretation of the words itself, it described as you falling from somewhere high. But then for me, from the cultural view, if you're falling, like you're getting astray from the supposed cultural point that you have to go through, and that's from my interpretation. So for the second word is the food.
So, do you know that we are what we eat?
Yes.
Yeah.
So food for me is symbol of having a great knowledge, because you know that food is the medium that nourish and supply our body and brains with the nutrition. So having a dream of the thing that relates to food, such showing us that we are having a good we are good in knowledge.
Yeah.
How about you, Kimi or Mira?
For me, food is life, because without food, surely you cannot survive.
Yes, for sure.
And food for me is everything. It's like you can eat anything you want, and that's a very great thing for you.
Okay. So for me, food is basically the necessity of life, and having food could totally change your emotion, because if you are feeling hungry, you might experience a feeling of anger, because nausea or something like that. And if you are having a good food, it might increase up your mood and make you happy, because food
Yes.
makes people happy.
Yeah.
Okay, for the next theme is money. Money.
So for me, money is like the symbol of wealth, because no matter how hard you try to say that money don't provide you with happiness, you would basically still need money in this life to survive life. So money is also a necessity in life, and you need it.
I do agree with Amir's opinion. Same to my point too. Money is showing a wealthy lifestyle.
Just like the people say, money is the new god, right? So I think without money, in this current world, you cannot survive without money, because everything you do, you must need money in the first place. So
Okay.
that's from me.
So what if our dream is related to the theme of teeth?
Teeth.
Have you
Teeth.
heard them before?
Teeth, I think, symbolize strength, because as we know, teeth is uh
Too much the food.
yes, because without teeth you cannot digest our food. So I think teeth is somehow related to food also.
Yeah. Teeth for me is actually a gift, because it shows attractiveness, because if you're smiling,
Yes.
you'll be showing your teeth. So, and it is also showing your discipline, meaning how good you are at taking care of your teeth, whether it looks yellow or it is like a damaged teeth and it doesn't look pretty at all. So yeah, it's a symbol of your appearance itself.
Okay.
For me, from my personal point of view, I do think that people who have nice set of teeth, so when they have nice set of teeth, they will also have a sweet smile. So that for me will somehow give some kind of attraction to me.
Okay.
And for the fifth theme of dream is about sex. Okay, for me in the cultural point of view, it's related to starting of getting puberty for sure because uh, in our in aspect of religion itself.
Yes.
So how about both of you?
Mira?
Well, generally speaking, sex is like to identify whether you are a boy or a girl. And then for sex is actually a pretty taboo topic to be talked about in Malaysians.
Yeah.
And we don't usually talk it openly, especially between different genders. So for me, if you are asking for interpretation for sex, it is basically an action between a girl and a boy. And that's it because I don't have much to explain about it anyway.
How
Yeah,
about you?
for me, sex is, yeah, I agree with Mira. It's like a sensitive issue to be discussed about. But I think, for a general point of view, sex is actually the natural process of human being. Because without that,
No
people we
babies.
can never reproduce. So humankind can be extinct if we doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the sixth thing is clothes. Related to clothes. What do we wear every day?
Yes,
And
sure.
we are start to dreaming that relates to what we wear in our dream. So how about you, Mira? What your opinion about this thing?
So for clothes is actually a tools for you to show your personality, to show what is your style, because different people have different personality and styles, so they express it to their choice of clothes, and that because it also emphasizes on the attractiveness, so it may as well attract people because if you wear a nice and decent clothes with a well mannered clothes, you will give a good impression to others. And if you are wearing a very shabby looking clothes, it might look that you are not professional or something like that.
Okay, for me, clothes. It's important because that's what people look on us. So we have to get a great and better first impression from people to us. So what if you are if you are still start to dreaming like we are wearing a shabby or one clothes which make us look unattractive, thus which it lead us to have a low confidence or lower self esteem, and this such a bad bad sign of dream. How about you, Kimi?
For me, clothes is also just like food or shelter because it's one of those things that is necessary for us. But just like both of you just said just now, clothes, people will know you on how you dress from your daily wearing. So from the way that you dress is symbolize or express the way you manage your life. If you dress in a well mannered way, I think so that correctly express that you are somehow a very, very, very nice person.
Yes. So we are moving on the
Seventh theme.
theme,
Seven
which is
words.
flying.
Flying.
So what is our what do we know if we are having sleep and dream and in that dream we are flying? We know that people can fly. So what's your opinion, Mira?
Okay, so for me, flying is like you are having freedom without boundaries because with the ability to fly, if for me, if I ever have the ability to fly, I would want to travel throughout the world because there's no limit, there's no boundaries, so you are free to go to anywhere or everywhere you want to go.
How about you, Kimi?
I think flying is, I think in this world every human being would like to have that experience of flying because as we know there are people who actually created the bird flying suit. So flying is symbolize that the element of freedom because you know when you fly, if you feel that you are a bird, so you're free to fly to everywhere you want to go. So that's actually a great thing to have, but unfortunately for us, that's kind of kind of absurd for us to have.
Yeah.
In my opinion, flying such a symbol to having a freedoms, because we, we are free to fly everywhere we want.
Yes.
Okay, move to the
To
18th,
the eighth words,
which
which is running.
Mm.
Okay.
Running. For me, running is we are dreaming and we are running. So running such we're having a problems, we are running. That show that we are try to get out from a problem or any dilemma. So because we won't being trapped in a worst thing or any problems. How about you?
So for me, running is as a symbol of freedom as well, because you are able to run away from something, or simply to escape yourself from something that you do not want to involve with. So running is also a sign of freedom for me, as well as the flying that I had mentioned earlier.
So from my point of view, running can actually bring many meanings to us. For instance, running for me may relate to some kind of, fast. When you're running, you're actually very fast, right? So but there's one thing that actually many of us is really great in, is actually running away from responsibilities. So moving on to the next team, exam. What do you think about the team exam?
Exam is more to sense of failure, especially when the question is too hard or too difficult to be answered. So, which is make us feel the anxiety, or we are start to worried about what will happen next, what will coming next, what we'll get on our result. So for
Yes.
me, exam is simply describe failure.
For me, I think exam or examination actually is like a challenge for us to, exam is, there's no such thing that exam is easy or something like that. So we have to actually polish up ourselves to, so that we can prepare and challenge the question or the thing that we bring up in the examination.
Mm.
So for me, exam is basically something. When I heard the word exam, I think that I have to pass through it. Is that because in Malaysia itself, we have been embedded with this thinking of you having passed the exam with flying colors, meaning that you are a genius. So in order for us to feel good about ourselves, or to prove ourselves, we need to pass the exams that will be given to us. So yeah, it's actually, like I might say, it's a sense of like anxiety,
Yeah.
because the feeling of failing your exam will make you feel pretty bad.
Yeah, I think no one should like to heard the word exams.
Okay, we have discussed about action, which is falling, running, flying, about food, money, and now we are moved on the theme
Last
related
theme.
To the last
animal, which is snake.
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 So we know that everybody afraid of snake,
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
I hate snake. Sorry.
whatever. So what do you think? What do you think about?
Snake.
For me, snake or anything that I hate actually is like, the saying that if you want to overcome your fear, you actually have to somehow manage to do it. So, snake somehow, it actually brings fears to me. So, yeah, it's a bad thing. So, but somehow, if any bad thing actually happen to you in real life, you somehow have to brace yourself and just face the reality of life.
And for me, snake is an indicator to show that something bad will going happen, or something worse that will happen in our life, because we know that the the word itself is a poisonous animal,
Yeah.
harmful, and everybody afraid of it.
Mhm.
That's that's on my opinion.
Okay, so for me, snake is actually a very scary animal for me as well, and it is described as darkness, and then it is also described as being someone who stab other people's back. They would call those people as snakes. So snake.
Taylor Swift.
So snake never
Stable.
never be symbolized as like good things. It has always been viewed as something bad. So for me, I do not have any good views about snakes. I'm afraid of snakes and I hate people who are acting like snakes.
Okay, so
Okay, we are have done on our discussion. We
So-
have discussed all 10 themes.
Yeah.
so actually, I
So
think
the last
that's-
question is about us. What do we feel about?
Uh,
So I think that's all from us.
And that's all for us.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.